Now, let's learn several ways of playing melody on the Autoharp. We should point out several things, however, before we actually begin. One thing is that we will be strumming with the right hand above the chord bars, that is, in the large triangular portion of the Autoharp to the left of the chord bars. This means that our right hand will have to cross over the left, which will, as usual, be doing the chording. Another thing that should be pointed out is unique to the Autoharp. The way the instrument is constructed, the chord bars have felt pads which dampen or deaden the strings that don't belong in the chord being played. This creates a minor problem in melody playing, and that is this: the melody note may be dampened in the particular chord we are playing, although the chord is the correct one to be played. This means to play the correct melody note, we must change to another chord to release that string. You'll find, however, that this is only a minor inconvenience and actually adds to the beauty of the playing. As this situation arises in the lesson, we will point this out. Now, let's look at illustration 29, part 1 of Red River Valley. Cut this out along the dotted lines and slide it under the strings flush against the inside frame in the triangular portion of the Autoharp. A piece of tape will hold it in place. The chart contains the familiar arrows again to be played just as we did in learning the rhythms. Above each arrow, the word is written of the music, and just at the point of the arrow, the chord to be depressed is also written. Each arrow is one beat or count of music unless a number appears next to the word. This number tells how many counts to hold the chord. Also, where the arrow is held longer than one count, a wider space is left between that arrow and the next. For example, look at the space between the words sit and by. This little technique should help you to keep time more easily. To play the melody, what we do is to strum as the arrows indicate, stopping on the melody note. It won't hurt if you stop one or two strings beyond the arrow, as these strings are usually deadened, and so they won't sound. Another help in knowing where to stop on the melody note, and this technique is good to remember when you won't have charts to slide under as we are giving you here, is to watch for the vibrating strings. By so watching, you can readily see which strings have been struck in the chord, and then you can easily locate the melody string. Now, with our chart in place, let's talk and play our way through it. With the F chord depressed, I strum on the word please, and leaving the F chord down, continue to the word sit, stopping at the end of the arrows. Here we go. Notice that we hold the word sit for 2 counts, so that the number 2 is written there on that arrow, and we've left a double space. The next word is by, and I hold the F button down and continue to the word side. You can now begin to hear the melody emerge, and you can see that the melody note is at the end of each arrow or strum. Now let's take that from the beginning again. On the word little, we change to C7 chord for the first syllable. Now, in order to get the proper melody note for the second syllable, we have to change back to the F chord, because the C7th chord has this note, which happens to be A, deadened. We make a quick change back to F chord from the C7th in this manner. Then on Darling, we're back to C7th and F chords again. Now, let's put all this together from the beginning again. Continuing on the same chart, we're now at the word do, and let's strum from this point to the word bid. Now at Me, we again change to C7th, back to F at a do, and back to C7th on the last syllable of a do. Now, let's play all of this chart from the very beginning. Now cut out Part 2, illustration 29 of Red River Valley, and slide this under the strings. Here is the way this illustration sounds all the way from its beginning to the end. Now let's play the entire song from the beginning. After you've practiced for a while with the charts, try without them. Then you're really on the way to playing melody. When you've mastered this lesson, practice adding some of the rhythm patterns we've learned earlier. This will make your playing much more interesting, and any number of patterns can be used. Here is an example of what I mean. Notice that in these fill-ins, I sometimes played in the area between the chord bars and the end cover. Now try for yourself playing the melody of some of the songs you already know. Before long, by watching the vibrating strings, you will be able to play almost any song.